There's a formula to it. A very simple formula. Everybody's a suspect.
Hi guys, my name's Will and welcome back to the channel. So today, since it's close to Halloween, we are going to be doing the timelines explained for the Halloween franchise. But before we get into it, so this is probably going to be my last video for a couple of weeks because I'm actually moving house and I'll have my own studio, I'll have my own backdrop and stuff like that, so I'll have a proper studio to work with. So yes, this is going to be timeline explained, so hopefully stick with me on this and we will get through it. So there is 5 timelines to go through. There's obviously, in certain timelines there's more movies than the other timelines, so we'll start off with what I just call the original timeline. So this has got Halloween 1, 2, 4, 5 and 6. 5 movies. So you've obviously got Halloween 1 and 2 is with Laurie Strode, and then so you skip Halloween 3 because that's a separate timeline. Got Halloween 1 and 2 that are the same timeline, and then between 3 and 4 Laurie Strode dies in a car crash, and that leads to having another protagonist in Jamie Lloyd, Danielle Harris. And then you've got the start of the 4, 5 and 6 are what I like to call, well, what everybody likes to call the Thorn trilogy. So you've got 4, 5 and 6. So you've got 4, 5, which is Danielle Harris's character, main protagonist, and then you've got 6, who's there's like Paul Rudd and stuff like that. So that's that basically in a nutshell. The original one, Halloween 1, 2, 4, 5 and 6. And to get it out the way, we have got Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. So this, when John Carpenter finished Halloween 2, well, when he finished Halloween 1, he wanted to be an anthology series, but obviously the studio made him basically come back and do number 2. So we've got Season of the Witch as a standalone timeline for an anthology series, which we think was going to happen, but eventually didn't happen because it made so little money. Then the fans just wanted Michael Myers back, so we eventually got Michael Myers in the timeline of the original timeline. Moving on to which I like to call the H20 timeline. So we've got this disregards Halloween 4, 5 and 6 and 3. So this only regards 1 and 2. And then after 1 and 2 you've got, it branches off to Halloween H2O, which is 20 years later, and then after Halloween H2O you go to Halloween Resurrection. So that's the H2O timeline. So Jamie Lee Curtis' character, Laurie Strode, doesn't die between 3 and 4 because obviously their movies don't exist anymore. So 20 years later, after obviously she finds out that Michael's Laurie Strode's brother, but we don't actually know what happens to Michael in this timeline. We know Laurie Strode in H20, she goes under a new name, Kerry Tate. She's hidden her identity. She's moved to California. She's I think she's the head teacher of a private school. So yeah, that is a H20 timeline. Halloween 1, 2, H2O and Halloween Resurrection. We now move on to the H40 timeline, which is David Gordon Green's Halloween, Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. So this disregards 2. So this is only taken from the original movie. And at the end of, so you've got Halloween 1 from 78. You've got Halloween 2018. You've got Halloween Halloween Kills, and then you've got Halloween Ends. So this is what, so basically after Halloween 1, where Dr. Loomis shoots him 6 times, and he falls down from the balcony. And instead of him disappearing at the end, leading into Halloween 2, he gets captured and then he's in a mental institution for the next 40 years. And obviously, in that 40 years, Laurie Strode has been traumatized by what transpired that night in 78. And she's been building up. She's been setting traps on her. She's got a house that she sets traps for Michael. She's basically like Sarah Connor in a way, so that she's good with rifles and guns. She trains her family in that aspect. She's kind of gone off the deep end with regards of Michael Myers being captured, because she thinks at any time he is going to get released and come after me. So yeah, that is. So we've covered Halloween, the original timeline. We have covered the anthology one, which is only one movie. We have covered the H20 timeline. We have covered the H40 timeline. So now is the last timeline, which isn't really related in any way to the original movies. So this is Rob Zombie's Halloween. So this branches off. This is a complete remake of Halloween 1 and 2. So in Rob Zombie's one, we have got young Michael Myers, and he goes into a backstory of Michael Myers, and then into the adult Michael Myers. And obviously in the second one, it's a bit more. I'll go into more detail. I'm going to do a video on that one. So yeah, that is the easiest way to describe the Halloween timelines. A lot of people say it's convoluted and it's hard to understand, but I've literally just explained it in like under 5 minutes maybe. So yeah, that is the Halloween timeline explained. Let me know if you knew about these timelines and leave your comments down below, and I'll see you on the next one.
Like scary movies? Uh-huh. What's your favorite scary movie?